All right, I'm finally back to tell you what's going on in the content creator space. I could have made this a little bit earlier, but I got sidetracked yesterday. I finally found somebody who does pretty good voice acting while playing, what is it, the 100 Lives Defense Academy. I've just been looking for that because Nico B's a little bit slow with his uploads. And you don't know who these people are, but again, I watch pretty much everyone. Even though I watch everyone, it kind of irks me that there's not a channel around that just tells me everything that's going on with every single little community, what drama's going on, what good things are going on and all that. So that's why I'm making this video, just to tell you guys everything that's going on. But before I even tell you guys what's going on, there's one thing I want to talk about. All right, so I made a video a couple days ago, also talking about content creator news. And one of these comments, this comment's by Dave Strider. It says, at this point, I genuinely don't care. I am just gonna support who I want. And the thing is, you can go ahead and support whoever you want, right? That's not what these videos are for. I just want to tell you everything that's going on. Of course, I'm going to throw in my opinion on some things, but my opinion shouldn't be taken as this absolute truth, you know? It's just an opinion. You guys can support whatever you want, watch whatever you want. I'm just here to tell you what's going on. All right, first things first, let's go ahead and talk about the commentary channels, or what's going on with them this week. I'm always going to be talking about these guys first because something goes on with this community every single day. So it's just best if I keep you updated with them, just, you know, what goes on the daily with these guys, because it's kind of just drama all the time. All right, so let's just work our way small right now and then go up to the bigger things, because a lot has happened. So this is Asmongold's YouTube channel. If you don't know who he is, he's a YouTuber / Twitch streamer with over 3 million subscribers. He's commentary, political, gamer. He's basically a lot of different things, kind of like how Moist Critical is. So a few days ago, Asmongold woke up, smelled a foul smell in the attic like he usually does, and decided to do something about it. So this is what he said on his X account. Took the day off to find some dead animal in my attic that smelled bad and ended up falling through the ceiling. Pretty sure I'm living in Sen's Fortress. He took a pretty brutal fall. In his video, he said that he didn't get really any bad injuries or anything like that, so he didn't go to a hospital. He pretty much just walked it off, but it is pretty crazy. When Asmongold actually goes to clean up, and if you don't know the lore, Asmongold has a really dirty house. I think he cleaned it up, a bit, but you know, when he tries to go and clean up even more, he just ends up hurting himself. So maybe he just wasn't meant to clean up all the way, or clean in general. We don't know, but that's just something that's going on with Asmongold. Next in the commentary community, I have to tell you that, well, this is actually pretty good news. iDubbbz actually had a content cop made on him by a YouTuber named Cameron F305, and this content cop was actually entertaining compared to the one iDubbbz made, which is pretty funny because iDubbbz is the original founder of Content Cop. Yet he comes back and makes Content Cop again, but it's just really boring. And then somebody like Cameron hits him with that Uno reverse and actually makes an entertaining Content Cop. Like, he's showing him how it's done. Showing that the man who originated Content Cop how it's done. To add insult to injury, he went ahead and decided to raise money for charity on this video, and he raised over $4,000. Which is pretty crazy because Creator Clash 2 didn't raise nothing for charity. It was in the red, so nothing went to charity. So he's already doing better than that event that iDubbbz ran. And I hadn't even noticed this till I was like looking at that part I just recorded. He legit says right there, just a penny will do more than Creator Clash 2. And he's not wrong, but he got way more than a penny. He got over $4,000. So this isn't your regular Uno reverse. This is an advanced Uno reverse card he did. He made a content cop on iDubbbz and also donated more to charity than iDubbbz. Also, just a fun fact, he used to have around 10,000 subscribers, but now he's at 32,000 because of that content cop. It was a really well-made video with over 500,000 views at this moment. And yeah, honestly, he deserves it. All right, there's still a good bit more to talk about when it comes to commentary channels. And let's just go ahead and talk about something I really don't want to talk about. Mama Max is back. If you don't know who Mama Max is a content creator with over 600,000 subscribers. To be exact, he's more of a pred catcher. That's what Mama Max is, but it came out a while ago that he was faking some elements of the catch, and he was just distorting stuff, and he got exposed for all this, right? I just recommend you watching a different video on that. I'm not gonna go over that part. I'm just telling you that he's back, and that video he made, right? You see right there, there's a video he made called The Trial of Mama Max My Side. So I'll just give you a rundown of the video real quick. But I'ma be honest here. I don't care about Mama Max. And I'm definitely not sitting there watching a 2-hour video of this man, especially after he came after my glorious King Moist Critical, trying to start drama with this man. I don't care for that. So we're gonna do the next best thing. And that is reading a Reddit post. If there's anybody who has more time on their hands or who just cares about watching these types of things, it's definitely the people on Reddit. So they say, so I'm listening while deep cleaning. I would say while Max doesn't redeem himself, he does show that his friends who did expose him were also assholes. This in no way validates Max. It instead just makes everyone involved look like a fucking asshole, except for Night Docs, who is just another content creator. Edit finished it. Max does show up with receipts that still don't reinforce himself as being correct, just that every single person involved in all of this was shitty. So when they say every single person involved, they're talking about people like Mudahar, which is another commentary channel, a really big one at that. They're just saying everybody involved with this whole Max situation, like exposing him and all that, were scummy behind the scenes. And I, like, bro, Mama Max, bro, why, does anybody here care about Mama Max? Raise your hand if you do. That's what I thought. Let's move on. All right, before I talk about the next thing in the commentary community, let me just explain some key players here. So this is Logan Paul. He has over 20 million subscribers. You should know him if you're familiar with YouTube. If not, get familiar with him because we're going to be talking about him a lot in the future. 100%. He's always just here doing random shit, bro. But yeah, this is Logan Paul. He made a thing called Crypto Zoo, which was allegedly, I gotta say allegedly here, because this man's a dick and I don't want to get fucking sued, but allegedly it was a scam. You know, a lot of people lost their money in it. And yeah, just that's what you need to know. Next thing you need to know is a YouTuber, CoffeeZilla, a man with over 4 million subscribers. And the main thing he does is he exposed scams, fraudsters, and he actually exposed Logan Paul's scam, which was Crypto. Allegedly. Again, I'm saying this because I don't want to get sued. Fuck that dude. But yeah, so they're in an ongoing lawsuit right now. And Logan Paul actually came out saying that the video that CoffeeZilla made, well, it actually gave him some hindsight on everything that was going on, and he said it was a very good video. And then just out of nowhere, he sends a lawsuit to the man. Just no explanation, just sends a lawsuit, bro. That's a really douche move. But there's something else I need to talk about this whole situation. All right, now that you know the core stuff of that whole entire lawsuit and how it came about, let me tell you the main news for today about this. So this is Cavos. He's a commentary channel with over 1 million subs. And he came out saying that Logan Paul was taking down his videos and threatening him over a text message he exposed, or, you know, allegedly exposed from Logan Paul. And I gotta be very careful with my words here, okay? Since he's out here taking down videos, copywriting people, I gotta be very careful here, all right? Obviously, I'm not gonna show you the messages because I don't know what's gonna happen to me, bro. I only have like 1,000 subs, bro. This man targets me and that's the end of me. I'm gone. But anyways, you know, I'm about to use the word allegedly a lot, like I'm Dog Pack making a Mr. Beast exposed video here. But allegedly, Logan Paul sent messages, and these messages, they said something along the lines, allegedly, along the lines, he was saying, oh, he's doing this lawsuit just to make CoffeeZilla suffer, you know. He wants to dance on their graves, allegedly. And yeah, he's just being a big jerk and douche about it, you know. This is just all alleged. It's allegedly alleged, you know. But yeah, that's what's going on. So Cavos made a video talking about how Logan Paul is threatening him and taking out his videos and how he's copywriting all these people. So that's what's going on right now. But yeah, if these messages are true, you know, these alleged messages are true, that's pretty douchey, you know. I mean, it's already pretty douchey that he's suing CoffeeZilla in the first place. But yeah, it's just a bigger jerk, allegedly a bigger jerk, you know. All right, next thing we'll be talking about is Denim suing H3. And if you don't know who Denims is, it's this girl right here. She's a political streamer who always has her boobies out. I'm sorry about that, bro. I just had to say that because that's like the one thing I noticed, bro. I am a male. Anyways, Denims is suing H3 because I don't know if I talked about this last video, but H3 Ethan got CPS called. And if you don't know who H3 is another commentary channel of H3 podcast. You know, iDubbbz was the one who made content cop on him, but he had CPS called on him. And he said a big factor for why this happened was Denims. I don't believe he ever said Denims was the one who called CPS, but Denims is tired of this, apparently tired of Ethan saying this, so now she's suing him over it. saying that he has to retract that statement, like retract her name and all that. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Ethan won a handful of lawsuits, I'm pretty sure, from the lore I read up on him, from what I see from him, you know, just occasionally. He won a good bit of lawsuits, so we'll see what happens. We'll see who wins this, Ethan versus Denims. But I decided to tell you this. It might even get thrown out. I was checking out Denim's stream just a second ago, and she's arguing with somebody in chat whether the lawsuit's gonna get thrown out or not. So that's just something that's happening, you know. That's just something. All right, the last thing I have to talk to you about within the commentary community is Tectone's. Maybe I should put him more in the gaming community, but I don't know. He has over 800,000 subscribers, and he's kind of like Asmongold, where he just does whatever. I believe he got big off of gacha games, though. So why are we talking about Tectone today? Well, here's the thing. So the reason we're talking about Tectones is because it's been exposed that his dad has 14 military convictions for sexual harassment and assault. Granted, this was 17 years ago. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I went on a 6-minute tangent about this, but I'm gonna cut that out the video because I'm not here to like start drama or anything like that. I just wanna tell you what's going on, all right? But you can just imagine what I said. Just leave it to your imagination. But there are some thoughts I had about this whole situation. But that's the main thing. That came out about Tectone. Tectone has been talking a lot of trash, coming after people, right? And so that Hassan ended up exposing that past of his, right? Well, the past of his father anyways. You know, separate the father from the child. But there is some things about Tectone that I've been reading about. I think apparently he has an SA case against him, allegedly. Something like that. But the big thing that y'all need to know is just what happened with his, the thing with his dad. And he ends up crying on stream saying that, you know, he'll never interact with his dad on stream again. And yeah, that's what's going on with Tectone. All right, next we're talking about the IRL streamers. And right here we have Lacy from FaZe Clan. He actually has over 1 million followers on Twitch. And the reason we're talking about him is because he got kicked out of FaZe for 24 hours. So apparently he got kicked out of there. Like, this was all behind the scenes. It wasn't on stream or anything. He got kicked because of a stupid disagreement, and now he's back. That's pretty much it. All right, the next thing we have to talk about when it comes to IRL streamers is Fanum. If you don't know who Fanum is, he has over 3 million followers on Twitch. He's one of the founding members of AMP, which is just a big group, like a big streaming group that also has Kai Cenat in it, the biggest Twitch streamer, period. So what's going on with Fanum right now? Fanum has reportedly been kicked from AMP after revealing he was unfollowed. And this is a message from Fanum right here. AMP Twitter page unfollowed me and removed me from having access. All right, bet. Can't wait to find out who came up with this. They sold, they mad, I won't do it. And I have one more thing to bring up too. This is his X account, and he's on X saying, like, this was a few days ago. He said, they forget all the shit that I did. I was feeding the team when I didn't have shit. I was taking a risk. I done got all of us rich. So people are speculating that he got kicked. There's no official statement that he's been kicked. He hasn't streamed in a while. But something is going on over there. So yeah, that's just something to know. Again, I don't know what's going on over there. Nobody really knows except for AMP themselves. All right, this actually came out very recently, so I'm just gonna add this in the video. But yeah, Kai actually came out and cleared up the rumor. So this is the video right here.
Fanum, bro, y'all niggas on the internet need to be studied, bro. All jokes aside. Bro, how the fuck y'all niggas get bamboozled into thinking Fanum left AMP? And everybody who fell for Fanum leaving AMP, I'm not gonna lie, this just goes to show how much y'all niggas actually watch AMP. No cap. We all know around this time or once out of the year, Fanum has to leave the US to take care of his pollen and stuff like that. You feel me? Fanum.
All right, well, there you go. It's cleared up right there. All right, so I actually finished making the video, but this just got caught up on my radar, so I just had to go back and add this to the video. But there's something going on within the beauty community, the beauty channels. You know, that man, James Charles, I'm pretty sure you know who this is. James Charles, one of the biggest people when it comes to that community. And right now, he's in another form of drama. You see right there, did James Charles support Evan Johnson after the abuse allegations? So I'm just gonna review this real quick. All right, let's just keep this quick and simple, okay? So right here, it says, as reported by Mixville on May 7th, 2025, yeah, my PC wants to crash really bad. The controversy began when Kayla Malek shared that Evan Johnson had abused her during the relationship. Johnson was later arrested and found guilty. Zach Sellers, a former friend of Johnson, gave a public interview claiming that Charles provided Johnson a place to stay in Los Angeles during the investigation. Sellers also alleged that Charles and Johnson might have had a romantic or sexual relationship. As the legal case moved forward, alleged assertions by TikTok creators close to Malek and her sister surfaced against Charles for supporting Johnson behind the scenes. All right, let's go ahead and just check how James Charles responded to this. Initially, James Charles posted a story on TikTok on May 6th condemning Johnson and supporting Malek and wishing justice for her trial. After the trial results on May 7th, Charles responded to the allegations publicly through a TikTok. According to his TikTok, he had promised silence to Malek till the end of the trial. He denied any sexual involvement with Johnson, condemned Johnson's actions, and stated that his friendship with Johnson was brief. Charles further added that he would take legal action against people spreading false information. Next, Charles initially shared his response through a TikTok story, which made many people upset, expressing the lack of seriousness in the format. Although he mentioned taking legal action against people spreading false information, he did not explicitly apologize to Malek or her supporters. The backlash against Charles was also for focusing on protecting his own image instead of apologizing to Malek for the inconvenience caused by him. And there you go. That's the whole situation within the beauty community right now. Between, Charles, did he house Evan? Did he do all this? And him just denying it. And I need to say this real quick. I wasn't going to add this at first, even after learning about it, because people had 20-minute long videos about this shit. And you do not need 20 minutes to talk about this. That pissed me off so bad because I had no idea what was even going on because it was just 20 minutes of fluff most of the time. And there you go. You got the whole thing right there. I told you exactly what it is. We're done with that. All right, so somebody commented on my last video that what the fuck is Kanye doing? Apparently they said they're doing this as like a little joke, but I told them that I'll do a section just for them, right? We're gonna have an artist section if something's going on with artists, because they're considered content creators basically. Basically, they are content creators, so I can talk about them here. So here's what's going on with Kanye. All right, to keep you up to date with Kanye, Kanye is just hanging out with a guy named Sneeko. Sneeko used to be a red pill content creator. He used to be a devout Andrew Tate follower, but now he just talks about political stuff. He just does IRL streaming. That's pretty much all he does. You can see him right here streaming on party.com. I think it used to be the same site that Johnny Somali streamed on until he got kicked off there. Surprising. I can't believe he got kicked off there. Anyways, yeah, they're just hanging out together, like Kanye being his usual kind of dark racist self that he is nowadays, and then Sneeko being the hateable guy that he is nowadays too. So it's like two people just coming together and like trying to get more views together. They're talking about music, they're doing interviews, they're doing all different things together. So that's what Kanye's doing. Kanye's hanging out with his new best friend Sneeko. All right, you can go ahead and click off this video now because the next part, I just promised I would talk about it. And it's basically, it has something to do with a dog shit game called 3-on-3 Freestyle. But I said I was going to talk about a little bit about some creators there, so I'll talk about it. All right, so if you don't know what 3-on-3 Freestyle is and you're here for some reason, 3-on-3 Freestyle is a dog shit game. It's a free game you can get on any console, even PC. It's a cartoony basketball game. It's very pay to win and it's very scummy. You can check out my old videos on this. I have a lot of videos on 3-on-3 and I'm always shitting on 3-on-3. I even have streams on the game, but yeah, I stopped playing that game and I just never came back to it, never spent another dollar in that game because it is truly a despicable trash game. But there's a good bit of creators in this community. Like if you make content on 3-on-3, if it's at least watchable, you're guaranteed to get views because it's a dog shit game. But there are people who still play it, like looking for content on the game. And yeah, so right here we have a guy named So Lushy. So Lushy, he said he was gonna leave 3-on-3 2 months ago, but Lord behold, he came back 2 weeks ago, and now he's back to 3-on-3. He's back to the 3-on-3 ways, the 3-on-3 trash life. He just couldn't stay away for too long. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to 3-on-3 creators is a guy named Darkness Void. Basically has the same amount of subs as me, and this is just something he had to say about 3-on-3. He basically copied my video. He said my thoughts on 3-on-3 Freestyle. He just had to get his thoughts out because recently he quit it too. I give him a month before he comes back. I'm pretty sure he's going to come back quicker than So Lushy did. But just listen to this for a moment.
It's gotten so bad that I had to talk to ChatGPT what's wrong with this game.
Man had to talk to ChatGPT about what's wrong with 3-on-3. I don't think you need a bot to tell you how bad 3-on-3 is, my boy. 3-on-3 is beyond trash, beyond scummy, beyond pay to win, beyond just stupid, bro. It's just a horrible ass game. It's a horrible ass game. Hopefully he doesn't come back to it, but I give him like a month. He'll be back. He'll be back to 3-on-3, but we'll see. We'll see in due time. That's all I have to say about 3-on-3 though. All right, just to let you know, I'm never talking about 3-on-3 again. I just promised I would as a meme, so I did. There you go. I talked about 3-on-3 creators, but I'm never doing that again. I feel like I might replace that with like followers, like follower channels. I might talk about followers and what's going on there. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I have a little fun section at the end of the video. And I also will talk about small content creators. That'll be their own section. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm way too tired, bro. I'm way too tired. And I haven't been keeping up to date because I got really addicted to watching this one chick play 100 Lives Academy. So I'm watching that. I'm almost fully caught up, so give me some time. Give me a little bit. When I get caught up, bro, I'll get caught up with everything. But yeah, that's basically everything that's going on right now. I didn't think I was going to make another Yappening part, but I'm probably just always going to do this because I feel like I always have something to say. You know, there's so much going on. Like, I want to talk about good stuff too, but I feel like I got to talk about this stuff first because this is like the biggest stuff that's happening right now, you know? So I kind of got to put that out, and it's so hard. Like, you know, sadly, I'm employed, right? I'm not like one of those unemployed people who are like uploading slop. I'm employed, so, you know, it's hard for me to like sit here and then watch all these things. I'm probably going to stop watching these videos because that is ridiculous. Watching these 20-minute videos for something that can be explained in 3 minutes. That's why I'm even doing this, bro. I do not like watching these videos. So I might just start reading articles about these YouTubers because that James Charles article helped me out a ton. I did not want to sit there and watch multiple 20-minute videos. That was not going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. So yeah, you know, just gotta get some of this information a little bit faster. And I also got to keep tabs on certain people. Let me know who you want me to keep tabs on. It feels like there's people who can just keep you connected with most of this stuff most of the time. I don't think I really have anything else to say besides the fact that I feel like this video is pretty rough. I don't know what's going on with my PC right now, but I can't just sit here and keep adding more and more information into one video. You know, I got to make sure the videos are split off. I can't just have an hour-long video of everything that happened in the month. So that's going to get uploaded, but I have an idea of how I can actually start making this a little bit smoother because my PC is just not cooperating with me right now. So I'm probably going to have to stop doing that thing where I sit there and I watch whatever's going on the big screen. That's not going to happen. Probably going to download the video on my phone or my other PC and just watch it from there. It'll be a lot smoother, trust me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I know this video is rough, but bear with me. I still got to find my bearings on this, you know. I just want to give you guys all the information that's really going on with these content creators, because content creators are so interesting, man. Like, these are people creating content, trying to be original out here, trying to do different things, trying to do yada, yada, yada. Sometimes they're doing something really great. Sometimes they're doing something really bad. I just want to keep up to date with it. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I really don't care. I don't care about that man Mama Max, bro. Man, I actually talked about my Glorious King Moist Critical. Crazy.